What is the meaning of life? You know, I wish I knew. I wish I knew for sure what the meaning of life is, and then I'd share it with all of you, and you'd all feel so relieved and happy and just glorious in your life. But alas, I could only tell you what I think. And this belief that I've had since I was a teenager, because I was really questioning things then. I was suffering so bad and so confused about the suffering of other people in the world, including myself. I had to figure out what this was. This is so weird. Why are we here on this earth and what are we doing? And I concluded at that time, maybe from some of the books I read or just from some of my own thought and prayer, that this world was about learning. Learning, that's it. We're here to learn. We're just here to learn. This is the thing that makes the most sense to me. But I know that's pretty general because there's so many things that we can learn. And so experiences, like a single experience, when you're in that experience, could be so scary. But if you looked at that experience symbolically and thought about what you could learn from that experience, it makes it a lot different. So if you looked at things like they happen and like you're in them and they're really scary, it's overwhelming. But if you look at an experience that it's just an experience, it takes a lot of that fear out of it, a lot of that fear away. And that's really how I cured myself from anxiety, thinking about experiences as just experiences, that they were learning experiences. Let me share with you the two things that I focus on in my life to help me learn and grow and live with vitality and joy. And these two things are challenge and connection. The first one, challenge. You know, I was traveling this summer and I went to these really ancient ruins. And some of them were like in these remote islands or remote mountains. And I thought, this is so interesting. Like 3,000 years ago, people were so keen on just exploring and expanding their world, challenging themselves, that they just took a boat out to open sea. They couldn't see that there was land that they'd find. They didn't know how long they'd be sailing. 3,000 years ago, they don't have that technology to know that they're gonna be okay. They just took these risks. And they took these risks because they like to be challenged. They didn't want to be stagnant. And when we're stagnant in our life, we're depressed and we feel heavy. And when we're moving and we're challenged and we keep flowing, we feel more energy and more vitality in our life. And the second thing that I think about in my life, when I think about the meaning of life and how to make life the most that I can, is connection. Connection. We all want to be connected with each other. We're social beings. We're only a self in relationship to other people or other animals or even plants and the earth, or a relationship with their goal or a job. Relationships. We're only a self in relationships. So people who are really isolated don't have a sense of self, and they end up being depressed as well and very anxious. It's not a good place for the mind to be only with itself in that kind of isolation. So connection. We're all about having relationships with other people. And those relationships reflect back that good in us. You know, obviously, if we have relationships with people who are mean to us, that's not really helpful, and that makes us feel really terrible. But if we have relationships with people who lift us up, that is the meaning of life. So I hope you like this video, and if you do, please share it. And come on over to my website, jodiam.com, for more articles and videos on how to love yourself and open your heart. And while you're there, sign up for email updates and you won't miss a thing. But in the meantime, let that you want to be shine through. If you are struggling with anxiety, go to givefeartheboot.com for free videos and information about my online anxiety recovery program. See you there.